we're about to uncover some shocking benchmarks that might just make you rethink that OS upgrade you were planning. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this really necessary? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the ultimate showdown, Windows 10 versus Windows 11. Welcome to InfoCircuit, folks. Get ready to rev up your engines. In today's video, we're going to see which operating system comes out on top in 6 different games. Will it be the trusty Windows 10, like your favorite pair of sneakers, or the sleek but sometimes slippery Windows 11? Don't worry, we'll break down all the numbers so you can see for yourself whether sticking with the old school Windows 10 is worth it, or if Windows 11 can finally get its act together. So grab your popcorn and let's jump in. This is going to be a wild ride. We've got the test system here with an X570 SRock Creative motherboard and a 420U mil liquid cooler paired with the Ryzen CPUs we're testing today using 3666 on a 1833 fabric setting. It's not the best DDR4 memory, but it's a sweet spot tune for Ryzen 5000 and Ryzen 3000 CPUs that I've had good results with. Looking at the first game, Cyberpunk 2077, previous benchmarks showed huge differences between Windows 10 and 11, especially on Ryzen 9000 series chips. However, there wasn't that big of a difference on the X3D. We got 209 average FPS on Windows 10 versus 202 on Windows 11, but there's still a boost with Windows 10. I also tested the Ryzen 3600 just to throw in some extra results. The 3600 showed 121 versus 119 FPS, which could be attributed to variance. Moving to Gears 5, we saw a significant difference with 193 average FPS on Windows 10 versus 174 on Windows 11, meaning Ryzen 5000 users can still gain by sticking with Windows 10. Now, on the Ryzen 5 3600, we saw another gap with 122 average FPS versus 111. Windows 10 consistently outperformed Windows 11, including higher minimums across benchmarks. When we moved to Age of Mythology, a popular game, we noted a difference of 129 average FPS versus 117 on Windows 10, is not with noticeable hiccups on Windows 11. This trend suggests Windows 11 isn't as reliable for a smooth experience compared to Windows 10, particularly with the X3D chip. Next up is Baldur's Gate 3, which didn't show any big differences. However, for Hogwarts Legacy, we had 105 average FPS versus 98, with a higher 0.1% low on the 5700 X3D. So if you're planning to play Hogwarts, you'll see better FPS on Windows 10. Finally, in Far Cry 6, a single-thread dependent game, Windows 10 edged out with 204 versus 197 average FPS. I also tested Cinebench, which showed virtually the same results for both operating systems, indicating you could run it multiple times for consistent results. In summary, Windows 10 performed better across the board for Ryzen CPUs, with the 5700 X3D showing solid differences. If you're looking for a more reliable OS, especially on a Ryzen CPU, Windows 10 is the way to go. Some of you asked about the LTSC IoT version, which I'll check out since I don't see Windows 11 improving much. Windows 11 seems to have gotten worse, adding ads and feeling sluggish, contributing to lower FPS. With newer GPUs like the RTX 490 coming out, the performance gap might widen even more. As for the Ryzen 5800 X3D and 7800 X3D, higher-end CPUs paired with increasing Windows 11 bloat favor Windows 10 in performance. I'll also be testing power profile settings soon, which should yield some interesting results. Lastly, I'm looking into benchmarking games on Linux versus Windows. I'll start with the Ryzen 7000X, as it showcased the performance issues of Windows 11. If you have recommendations for well-optimized games on Linux, please share. Thanks for watching, and if you have questions or comments, drop them below. Before you head off to play your own game of life, hopefully with less danger and more snacks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Not only will you stay updated on all the latest episodes, but you'll also get a front row seat to even more juicy details, plot twists, and behind-the-scenes fun. Plus, who doesn't want to be the person at the party who actually knows what happens next? Subscribe now, you'll thank yourself later when you're dodging spoilers like Gi-hun dodging marbles.